In this video, we're going to talk about how you can find leads quickly. Now, this is something that everyone really struggles with, and people try to make these complex systems and all of these crazy way to do things. For me, it boils down to this, is that we really want to find our ideal dream client. So within this graph right here, you have the outer circle, which is basically your niche, right? So, okay, I'm not targeting everyone. Good work. That's step one. And then we have this one right here, which is your qualified leads. Now, what people mean by qualified leads is someone with a credit card with the, capacity to use it. So that's not exactly who we want to go after. Within the middle of the circle, we have our ideal dream clients. This is the person that we truly want to attract, truly want to work with. And that isn't just about like their niche, their offers and stuff like that. It is much more than that. And I use this graph right here is there are 3 sales that we need to make. 1, your offer. Everyone knows about that. Everyone understands that, your offer needs to be good. 2, your model. Your model is your unique way of doing things, and that separates you from everyone else. So instead of just saying, I send a few DMs and make some sales, I talk about the conversion ecosystem where we utilize DMs, but we also utilize the conversion system to really make this thing work. The final thing is you. Now, this beardless guy here, I don't know if anyone's going to work with him, but this is a big separator. Now, if you're running a large organization, that might be the brand, but if you're just running a business where you're the founder and you're the brand of it, the you is really important. It's your important separator. And so that is what comes into an ideal dream client, and talking about the stories that really relate to the people that you want to work with. And that is all about the content side of things. And we have a couple trainings on that over on the blog and at Taria. The goal here is to showcase your personality so that the ideal people will come and work with you. Now, let's get into a little bit more of a practical format and how we can start getting those people and start like knocking down the door. That's something that I think is really important. Everyone's like, oh, you can run ads, you can use automation, stuff like that. Yes, that all works. And that's definitely something we utilize. But one big thing that I highly recommend everyone does is kicking down your own door. And that's bringing people into your world. That's through some outbound activities. And here's just a couple that we're going to cover in this video. So let's go over to some of these platforms. Let's start here on LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn for us is a platform that we utilize a lot. I recommend that you establish 1 to 2 platforms at most. And I recommend that if you're going to do more than one platform, you should use the second platform to be very similar. So don't do TikTok and LinkedIn, obviously 2 different platforms. If you did TikTok, do Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts. So for us right now, we're just going to talk about LinkedIn and Twitter. However, this works on any platform as well. So one big thing is that you need to start curating your feed to be leads. And the way that you do that is by adding the connections of the people that you really want to go after. Who has your audience? So look at the influencers and then connect with people who are following those influencers who look like a right profile. Then what happens, especially on LinkedIn, is you will start to see just within this. Well, actually, even here, people you may know based on your recent activity. And so I might have been like mergers and acquisitions. Like, what am I doing with that? Then every single day, you can just connect with 20 people here. We're actually adding an automation within Ataria that allows you to do this without having to, think about it too much, and it'll automatically be able to connect with people. But for now, you can do it just right in here. Another thing is the similar thing on Twitter, right? Make sure your profile's optimized. We talked about that. And then going through your feed and finding who has my audience, like who has the people that I want to attract, and going there and start following them and engaging with them and sending them the DMs that we have in the DM script. So that is going to be super helpful, is that you are just going to find these people and stumble upon them. Now, once we have established that and we've kind of found these people, it will easily be able to just show in front of you all the time. So your feed should be leads. And so what we do is we pull up Ataria here. And if we're just scrolling the feed, right? So let's just click on like Justin Bush, for example. Let's click on him. So what Ataria does is it immediately pulls that information about him, and you can create a deal from and for that person. And then you can send them a message. You can do whatever you want within that. And now you've got a deal that comes over into Ataria. So that makes your life so much easier. Now this person is tracked. And what we do is that you should set up a default follow-up. So you can do that in your settings, and your default follow-up can be in a couple of days from now. We just always do 3 days. And so every single day, Ataria will just say, hey, here's a person you can follow up with. It will give you the link to their profile. You come over and you message them. So really, really easy. You are just utilizing your current daily activities, scrolling the feed, doing your comments, and now Ataria is just going to tell you, hey, you should follow up with that person, making your life so much easier. Another way is we have our inbuilt LinkedIn connection. So if you head over to the inbox page, you can come over to, so we have our, here, we've got the inbox, and then we want to send some new messages. We can sync our conversation, however, get synced twice a day, and we can see all the people that we have recently connected with. That makes our life a lot easier because then we can just go through here and send 15 to 20 openers, which, as we've said, we have the DM script for. We can see, okay, I've contacted that person, so we can filter out those contacted people and just see the not contacted, making our life easier. There's all the leads. Like, there's a lot that we haven't contacted, so we're behind. There's all the leads that we need all in one place. Another way that you can do that is you can actually sync your engagement for posts. So people that are commenting on your post, liking your post, so we can see our comments or we can see the likes. So you can see who is engaging with your stuff. And then you can simply come in here. He's liked that post. Let's, like that back, or we can drop a comment or we can send a message right there. And in addition, you can see your engagement leaderboard. So see all the people who are actually engaging with you frequently. One thing I like is we create a score based on messages. This is obviously me testing. So that's a lot of messages with this guy, and he has a deal. Okay, that's good. Now let's go to likes. These people are liking our content, but we don't have deals with them. So that is an issue. We should go ahead, message them, and start a deal. You can close that and just use LinkedIn right here. So that is a quick way to utilize Ataria and then also find new leads and start creating more deals. And quickly on the dashboard, you'll see, you pop open the dashboard, you'll see your today's follow-ups. I've already done a few overdue follow-ups, and then your upcoming follow-ups. So you can go ahead and attack that for the future as well. Super simple. Hopefully that helps. Any questions, as always, let us know.